Hello all, just thought I would do a quick video on my, I don't know what to call this, terrarium makeshift greenhouse. I guess technically it's a terrarium without any substrate. In any case, it is my once 77-gallon aquarium that is so old I'm afraid to put water in it anymore in case it starts leaking. So I didn't want to get rid of it because it was a gift from my mom many years ago, and I decided, well, I'm just gonna turn it into something like this, and here we are. I did this last almost a year and a half, 2 years ago, I think, and the plants have obviously grown like mad. Sorry if there's a reflection in the video, guys. Behind me is my IKEA greenhouse cabinet, which is extremely bright, and I'm not gonna unplug it because I'm trying to make my allocations, not alocasia, what do you call those things, anthuriums happy. So, quick overview of what I've done. I'm very proud of my little DIY, guys. I did this all by myself. So, let's start with the lights. You can do this too. Very easy. If I can do it, you can do it, because I'm definitely not a carpenter. But in any case, what I did was I got myself some 1x4x8, I believe, knotty pine pieces of wood from the Home Depot, and I cut it into pieces. Well, more than one piece, guys. I think I had two in total over time. And I cut it into pieces, and I built my own light canopy, I guess you could call it, right? I nailed two pieces together at the top. See that? Not nails, sorry, screws. Two on the end so you can rest at the edges. Then I got these cheap grow lights. They're like 20 something bucks for a set of 4 from Amazon. And I attached them with the attachment clips and stuff that they come with in the kit. And hence my little light canopy. And look how bright it is. Yay! And I think my plants are happy. And for, of course, the actual top part, okay, to let all the light through, I bought these 2 pieces of plexiglass from Amazon. Yep. I didn't even cut them. I decided I was going to, but then I'm like, you know what? This works. This works. The only place it didn't quite work for me was letting out way too much humidity was at the edge right here, because of this hook that I've got my circulation fan on. Oh, I need to clean the glass. Ignore the dirty glass. And as well, the power cord for that same fan were in the way, so obviously the plexiglass cannot sit flush on the edge of the aquarium here. So what did I do? I plugged up the holes, not totally. I left a little bit for air, you know, with some, I already had this for my home, weather sealing strip. Yep, right on the edge, and just butted it up against, as you can see, and it pretty much almost seals it off completely, and I don't really want it to be sealed off completely. Now, it's the plexi comes in 2 pieces. By the way, this aquarium is 48 inches long. Okay, so these 2 pieces of plexiglass are the perfect fit. Perfect fit. So 24 inches each, I believe, if I remember correctly. Okay, you can see a lot of condensation accumulating on the glass, but it's easy. I can easily wipe it off when I want to. It's bowing slightly, but it's pretty tough, so it's not gonna fall in or anything. And I figure if I don't like the bowing, at some point I'll just flip it upside down so it bends the other way. I think it's the heat and humidity obviously affecting it, the heat from the lights. But it's working beautifully otherwise. So let's get to the fun part. Oh, I forgot. I'm thinking of painting the wood, guys, but I can't decide. I might paint it black to match the aquarium, you know, but I'm not sure yet. So I'll just leave it for now. Excuse me. But it's an easy paint job, obviously. I just go get some, you know, paint at Home Depot or Dollarama or something like that, cheap paint. Okay, now to the fun stuff. This is where my alocasias, mostly, except one that lives in my bedroom and is not as happy with me because, well, it got thrips, number one, and I'm doing things to it. But my alocasias all live in here. As you can see, I love alocasias, but anybody who's tried to grow an alocasia in their home knows that they are a pain in the butt if they don't get the humidity they want. So I put them in here. And probably the king of the show, which was never intended, was this gigantic staghorn fern that I mounted. You can see it up there. I mounted this thing probably 2 years ago. Didn't even know what I was doing, but I mounted it on this cork bark that I got from the pet store. And I literally just tied it on with fishing line, sphagnum moss, and some very coarse bark something potting mix I think I put underneath the moss and tied the fern onto it, and was like, well, if it dies, it was cheap. I think I paid like $3.94 or something like that for this staghorn when it was a teeny little thing in a 3-inch pot. Look at it. OMG, guys, this thing is almost 2 feet wide. You can see it almost takes up the entire aquarium. I don't know what I'm gonna do if it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'll have to come up with a plan. In the meantime, it stays there. Notice there's nothing underneath it except a glass of water to add humidity because it shades things. So I'm thinking of getting some really shade-loving plant and putting it under there. But I'm not sure which one just yet. So that's the big, huge star of the show. Over here, oh, let's go here first. My struggling Vanda. I have never grown Vanda orchids, but I've always wanted one because they're so pretty when they bloom. But I don't know what I'm doing. So this is the, let me see, second home that it's been in for a bit. It was in my IKEA cabinet. Didn't love it in there at all. Because this thing, I've discovered, needs really high humidity. At least this particular Vanda. I don't know what's going on. But this thing, look at the humidity level in here, in case you're wondering. Look at that. Can you read that? It's almost 100%. It's 90% humidity in here. 90%, guys. So anyway, it has finally started to look alive again because all the leaves were shriveled like really bad. They're now getting firmer and firmer as the days go by. I bought this really chunky, like literally just big pieces of bark for orchids, and I put it in there in this pot that has holes that I drilled into it. And literally this thing has like 1.5 roots. So if it doesn't live, well, I'll know why. But I think I see it's gonna make it, guys. I think I see it's gonna make it, so I'm really happy. It's a Vanda lamelletta crossed with something, I can't remember what. But it's supposed to be, I think, white, pink, and something color. I got it at the Southern Ontario Orchid Society show a year ago. And we've been struggling ever since. But I think we're finally coming to an understanding. I literally just spray it every other day. Like the entire plant, I just spray it with a squirt bottle and let the water run down all over the plant into the pot. And that seems to be making it happy because I was watching a orchid expert and he said he grows Vandas in a greenhouse for a living, sells tons of them, and he says the best thing to do is to literally spray a Vanda from head to toe. Don't just water the pot, but literally spray the plant down. So that's what I've been doing. And it seems to be working. Seems to be working. Now, obviously, it's a sealed environment for the most part. Oh dear, the mailman's at the door. Yeah. Okay, Bella, I'm coming. Not yet. Ignore my dog. She hates the mailman. Okay, so in here is obviously a circulation fan. So when I spray, Bella, stop. So when I spray down the Vanda, it does dry eventually by nighttime. So you need a circulation fan, guys, if you're gonna set this kind of environment up for your plants, because like I said, it is, after all, extremely humid in there. Okay, so my lovely plants over here, which I kind of neglected, I can't lie, for a bit because I got lazy. I have a lot of plants. But anyway, my silver dragon went through the struggle life for a bit because I was being lazy, and I've just repotted it like a week ago, thereabouts. And you can see the babies that I got from it. There's 2 pots of babies. I think there's 4 babies in total. And in the pot itself, you can see the main plant. Yeah, it used to be such a bigger plant. But anyway, it's looking better. Look at it, guys. Isn't it pretty, though? I hope you could get that really well. Look at that leaf. Look at that leaf. Yeah. They are potted in a very, very porous mix, as you could probably see. It's got lots of fir bark, lots of perlite, and a little potting mix with charcoal. They seem happy. Over here is my favorite. Oh, let me not tell it's my favorite so the others can't hear. But you see that beauty right there? Do you see that beauty on my dirty glass? Guys, I waited for that plant for so long. And I finally got a little one. I think I got it from Vandermeer's. Yeah. I got this beauty a year ago, I think. Time flies. It could have been 2. But I got it as a little cutie. And look at the leaf it's put out for me. Oh, it put out that before, but this one looks way more impressive. Yeah. I am so happy with my alocasia cuprea, which I love. And all my alocasias are in the same mix. It's a pretty big pot because it's a pretty, I hope it can get the scale. That plant is huge, actually. It's pretty big. I don't know what I'm going to do when they get really, really big. But anyway, back there is my long-suffering, looking good now. Oh, the condensation is stopping me from seeing it from that angle. But here we go. I'll try. Okay. Like I said, the condensation in there is insane. I mean, the humidity. It's making the glass kind of foggy. But anyway, that is my... Watch me forget the name. Oh, I'm forgetting the name. Guys, what is that? I just drew a blank. Anyway, you know what it is. OMG. Like, literally, I just went blank, guys. But I love this one. Look at those pretty leaves. I have restarted that poor plant 3 times. And finally decided, okay, you're never happy. I'm just going to chuck you in here about a year ago. And it's been happy ever since. Really, really happy. Look at the roots on it. Let me see if I can zoom. Look at those roots. Look at that. Yeah. Isn't that special? Yep, still can't remember the name. But anyway, let's go over here. Now, these 2 plants, I'm not happy. I don't really love them. I can't lie. I don't love them, guys. This begonia maculata. It's pretty, but I find it annoying. I don't know. I'm debating. I chopped it all the way back, which is why it looks like that. I literally just cut it down to nothing. The plant used to be like a foot or more tall with huge leaves. And then it started giving me a headache. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'll just cut you all the way down to nothing. So I did. And I don't know if I'm going to keep it. But anyway, you can see it's growing back because that's what they do. But it's pretty, but it takes up so much room. And this plant loves humidity. And I don't have anywhere else to put it where it can get very high humidity. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Here is my Brantianum, who we've been fighting for a while because I hate how small the leaves are. But apparently that's a common problem with Brantianum. I neglected it for a while because it was making me mad. Chopped it down to nothing. Used to be way bigger than that, trailing all over the place. And I am restarting a huge piece of it in there so that, and my dog is doing crazy thing, Bella. Yeah. So I'm rerooting it so that the plant can possibly start from scratch. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, guys, there's my Brantianum, which I've cut, and I'm gonna reroot that, just those 2 branches there, 2 cuttings. And I've got plans. It's a pretty plant, but I find it just, I'm at that point in my life where I don't like any plant that gives me a headache. No matter what I do. I don't care how pretty it is. I just find it annoying. Don't make my life difficult. Okay? Growing plants is supposed to be fun. So yeah, we'll see how I feel about Branty. I might end up just chucking Branty one day, giving her away or selling her or something. Anyway, back there is the one plant that does give me a headache on occasion that I absolutely love. Look at it. See it back there? Look at those leaves. Isn't she pretty? What do you call that thing? I don't remember. Vitalata. Vitalata, I believe. Okay. Per plant. Calathea vitalata or vitifolia, I think. Vitalata, I think. Don't quote me. I think that's what it is. But I absolutely love her leaves. This plant is demanding. Can't lie. This did not happen overnight, guys. It's hard to get a view because as I said before, I've got plants in the way. But you see those pretty green leaves? Look at them. This plant is not easy. It's demanding. If you don't give it what it wants, it will not do anything good for you. It will look like crap. It needs consistent moisture, as most calatheas do. It needs light, but not hot, bright light. So it likes that corner back there, right? It just got repotted into very chunky mix that drains very well, but also holds moisture. I put a little coconut husk fiber in there to help it. And it's doing well. Look at those pretty, it's pretty big. See right here, pretty big plant. I'm absolutely in love with it. I've had it for probably 3 years or something like that. Not an easy plant at all, but I tolerate it because once you figure it out, it does stick around and look good for you. Here we have my stingray, which I just repotted. This plant always wants to drop leaves, even in high humidity. But I just finally, because I stopped being lazy, I finally gave it a big pot. Okay, this plant's about 1 foot tall. Got a big pot, and look at that beautiful leaf it's sending up for me. And look at the tail. Yes, yes. So it's very happy. I do love the, look at the pattern. It's very pretty plant, guys. So yeah. Oh, I almost forgot. My black velvet, which I neglected, and I had to, as you can see, reroot it in water, and it's doing very well now. That's the mama that I chopped off the bottom portion that got a little root rot from my total neglect. And now it's doing well. It hasn't dropped any leaf because it's sitting in water. It might drop that one down there soon, but this one's still there. And now I've got a whole bunch of corms rooting. You can see back here, 1 corm popping out of the soil right there. There's 3, I think, in each pot, I think. This thing makes a lot of corms. And then this baby right here, which I just separated from the mom because it was already growing. And then in this pot here is some more corms, which I expect to pop up soon. So I'm gonna end up with like maybe 7 black velvet allocations. I'm gonna have to sell some because I don't have room for 7 black velvet allocations. Anyway, guys, that's it. If you wanna create a humid environment for your plants, and you don't want to spend money on a greenhouse or something like that, go to Goodwill, or if you have the money, buy a aquarium, no lid, and turn it into a grow space. There you go. Hope you enjoy. See you guys soon. Bye.